Hey, what's up guys? Rob here, and I am back with another horror collection video. We're going to be taking a look at some Cannibal films. Went through my collection, started to pick some out on DVD and Blu-ray. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And this doesn't include like zombie films, this is like cannibal tribes and stuff like that. I'm a huge fan of the cannibal genre, so to say. Blood, guts, eating of human flesh and body parts and just sick stuff like that. Makes you hungry, doesn't it? But anyway, you know, when it comes to this kind of stuff, they're not really movies that I can just pop in at any moment and just watch over and over and over again. If I'm in the mood for it, I'll definitely pop it in and watch it. But yeah, this would probably sicken most people. Like the casual moviegoer, so to say. Some of the ones that I'm going to mention anyway. The first one, it says 2005 copyright packaging, but then Grindhouse releasing 2008. Cannibal Holocaust. Now, there's a cool story. I went to FYE and picked this up, and it was the only copy. And I had heard about this movie. Okay, right away I'm like, I'm getting it. And I took it up to the counter, and the guy there, he was so disappointed because he's like, man, I was going to get that when I got off work. He's like, that's the only copy. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you should have put it aside, shouldn't you? Like, honestly, I'm not putting this back, or I'm not giving it to you. Like, that's your stupid fault. So I walked out of there just kind of smiling because I got this. And he was crying behind the desk. Poor baby. Anyway, I remember going home watching this and I was like, oh my god. Really? Like this couple having sex in front of this tribe, and like just all the stuff that happens in this movie, the animal deaths. And it's shot like a real Hollywood film, but then it goes to like found footage. It's like both. Like these people are investigating this footage that they found to see where these missing, these missing people are that were filming this tribe and stuff. And it's really, really cool. Like it was so well done that the people who made this got in trouble, like jail trouble, and the effects were so good. Like they were so good. I don't like the animal death stuff, but you can actually turn that off. There's features to actually get rid of that. But you know, there's like a woman who gets pounded by a rock with stuff like or not really a rock, but it's like mud, and like there's like sticks and pointy stuff, and he just like jams it in her vagina and like It's brutal, man. This movie's brutal. They call it the mother of all cannibal films, and I think it definitely deserves that title. So well, here's what it looks like. Right there. I have no teeth. Making sure there's no nudie stuff. This is the 2-disc deluxe edition, a bunch of special features on there. What's the inside look like? Can I show that? Yeah. Looks like film reels, the disc. That's cool. Some of this cannibal stuff, there's a lot of nudie stuff. I like to show nudes. Here I have the Blu-ray set. Cannibal Holocaust, a 3-disc deluxe edition that includes 2 Blu-rays and the CD soundtrack. Warning: due to its shocking and violent subject matter, no one under 17 should view this film. Bullshit! I viewed this. I watched. I mean, come on. There were a bunch of cannibal films. I'll get to that, but I watched cannibal films on VHS when I was a teenager. Didn't stop me. There's the back. Of course, you can take this out. Here we have the soundtrack, and then the actual Blu-ray case. Oh, there's boobs there, but blood splattered disc. It's pretty cool. Cannibal Holocaust is it's a rough movie to watch, but it's so well done. I just, you know, like I said, it's one of those movies that you can't really just pop in at any moment and just enjoy it. It's you have to be in the right mood. At least I do. But there's the Blu-ray edition, Cannibal Holocaust. Here we have a movie that, like I said, I watched this at a younger age. Cannibal Ferox. Now, back in the VHS days, when I had a rental store near me that had this movie, but it was called Make Them Die Slowly, which they have added on the top there. That's what it was considered here in the US, Make Them Die Slowly. I remember it was a VHS clamshell box. And the box art was the same as this. It didn't say Cannibal Ferox, but it had this, and it was like a green tint or something like, or a black tint to the actual picture. And I remember renting it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. I mean, a woman getting hung by her boobs, and like a guy's penis gets cut off, and then, you know, a guy gets strapped under, his head gets strapped under a table, and they cut the top of his head off, his brains go everywhere and start eating his brains. It's crazy, dude. It's right up there with Cannibal Holocaust. It's spanned in 31 countries. This is the letterbox edition with a bunch of special features. I'd be doing that too if I got my wang cut off. So, Cannibal Ferox, Make Them Die Slowly. The next one stars, I can't even pronounce some of these people. Mimi Lai. Mimi Lai. That's how you say Mimi Lai. Jungle Holocaust, about this guy whose plane goes down in New Guinea, and then he gets captured by this cannibal tribe, and then he meets this girl right here who he actually tries to become her friend and then rapes her. He rapes her. He forces himself on her in the grass, and the tall grass, has sex with her, then all of a sudden she's like connected with him. Like, she don't understand. She just got raped. Where's women power at? I mean, come on. I think it's Robert Kerman, I think. I think it was 1977, this movie. But yeah, he gets captured, and there's like this cannibal tribe and stuff like that. It's a decent flick. Here's one. I don't really like the motivation of the characters, and I don't really care for the story on why this was happening, but I will say that the effects were pretty good, and it's Eli Roth's The Green Inferno. This is the director's cut, which is basically like a reinvention of Cannibal Holocaust, which Cannibal Holocaust did it better. But The Green Inferno, I mean, like I said, the only thing it's got going for it is the actual kills or the effects. It's, you know, that's the only good thing. But the reason why these people are captured and why they're there is really stupid. I'm not the biggest fan of Eli Roth. I think my favorite movie, I didn't mind the first Hostel. I think the first Hostel was fine. I didn't care for the second one, and I do like Cabin Fever. Not the remake one, but the one that Eli Roth did. I liked that movie because it was about a disease and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. But The Green Inferno is just okay. It's nothing compared to how good Cannibal Holocaust is. It's nothing like that. But The Green Inferno. Now here's one that a lot of people probably have never heard of, because this is one of those films that just, it had like one copy when it came out to rental stores. And I remember Family Video had this, and I rented it, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Now, this is another reimagining of Cannibal Holocaust, but they have little nods to the movie, but the story is totally different, where in 1961, Michael Rockefeller, the son of the most powerful men in the world, he was lost during an expedition off the shore of New Guinea, which, it's funny how all these movies take place in New Guinea, right? It's like these movies, it's like New Guinea is the hot spot. So there's couples that go into the jungle to find information on what happened to Michael Rockefeller. And I do like the ending to this movie, because you actually see, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I like the story, and I like, this was actually shot kind of like found footage style. So they kind of, it's a nod to Cannibal Holocaust. There's a lot of things that, like, one of the kills, I believe this woman has like the pole up her ass and it comes out of her mouth, just like Cannibal Holocaust. It's the exact same kill as that. It's like the exact same thing. But it was really it was kind of scary in some points and very, very intense. It's Dimension Extreme. So, you know, anything with Dimension Extreme, they really go over the top with the gore and the blood. And for a film like this, it's definitely necessary, I want to say. So, Welcome to the Jungle. Not the one with Van Damme, okay? Very, very different. This is from the producer of The Terminator and Aliens. So, if you can get your hands on this, definitely check it out. It's a very rare film. Like I said, it's not really like mass produced where they have a bunch of copies in video stores. But yeah. Next one stars Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, Matthew Fox, Richard Jenkins, and a very, very good movie by Craig Zahler, Craig Zahler. He also did Brawl from Cell Block 99. Bone Tomahawk. Now, this is considered a cannibal western because a bunch of cowboys basically go out and hunt this cannibal tribe that have taken Patrick Wilson's wife and then Kurt Russell's deputy, because he's the sheriff in this town. And really, really cool film. It's kind of a slow burn. It's a really slow-paced film. But the characters are so good and introduced so well that the cannibal stuff doesn't really happen until like the third act, but it really is worth it. Really cool movie, Bone Tomahawk. Now, here's another one that was... this one was mentioned before when I would talk about this kind of stuff in the US, where back in the VHS days it would be called something different. Eaten Alive, which is also considered the Emerald Jungle. That's what this was called here in the US. And like I said, back in the VHS days, I used to rent this film, and it was called the Emerald Jungle. It was in a clamshell box, and it was a different kind of cover on it. It wasn't this cover. Basically about this like cult that lives in the middle of the jungle, and there's borders, okay? And in the jungle on the outskirts there are cannibal tribes, okay? And if you leave this area and you go out into the jungle, you're basically at risk because these cannibals will hunt you and kill you. So if you're confined in the actual cult space, you're fine, you're safe. And so these people go looking, this girl goes looking for her missing sister, who's she's part of the cult or whatever. Now Robert Kerman is in this, who is from Cannibal Holocaust. There's a couple guys from Jungle Holocaust as well. Mimi Lai is one of them. Mimi Lai is in this movie, and she is this girl right there from Jungle Holocaust. There's a couple people from there. She gets killed, I think. Mimi Lai does. I think that's her right there on the cover. Looks like she's fingering herself. Is she really? Why is her hand down there? What's going on? Anyway, this This has some gore in it. It's not over the top. The third act of this movie is when it really goes crazy. But the effects are good. They have some really good effects in this. So, now here I have the Severin Films edition. How am I going to do this? Of Eaten Alive, aka the Emerald Jungle. I'm having my finger over her boobs because these slip covers are special edition, or actually limited edition slip covers that are nudie. So I have to kind of cover that up. They pretty cool. Bunch of special features for this movie because this one doesn't have. This DVD doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any special features at all. By Shriek Show. This came out from Shriek Show. Yeah, but this has a Q&A actually from 2013, which is cool. But there are a lot of special features. Let me take the slipcover off. Oh, I could show this. This isn't. I think that's her right there. Mimi Lai. There's the actual case. Now, when you would buy this movie on Blu-ray, this is what you would get. This is the actual edition, the regular edition. It's banned in 38 countries, but I got the one with the special edition slipcover here. Limited edition, actually. They only made so many. I can even get this on. God. It's like I don't want to go in. There we go. That's what she said. But I have two versions of Eaten Alive. So now we're going to get to the final one, and I cannot show this limited edition slipcover by Severin Films. I will take this off because I cannot show it. Now this is kind of like an erotic cannibal film, and to be honest, it's not very good. Like when it comes to an actual film, it's very slow paced, and it's kind of, I don't know, you just basically watch it for what's her name? What's her name? Laura Gemser. She's very, very beautiful, and she's a model, of course, when she was doing this stuff. And she did a movie called Black Emmanuel. Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals. Basically, like I said, an erotic cannibal movie. There's a lot of sex, a lot of nakedness, but there is cannibal things that happen. I wouldn't say it's over the top. There's actually, when it comes to cannibal films, this is probably the least gory that I've seen. Out of the ones that I have here, this is like the least gory out of them. It's the ultimate sex and gore shocker. There's not that much of it. Special features, there's a lot of good stuff here. Interviews. It even has something with her, Laura Gemser, an interview, an audio interview, which is cool. I haven't seen that one. Let's see if I can. This comes with the soundtrack here, and then the actual disc. Yeah, there's like a scene where she, Laura Gemser's naked and she comes up from the water and the tribe's looking at her and she has something painted on her stomach, and she comes and gets the blonde who is being sacrificed, and she takes her. They're both naked. I mean, they're naked and they're standing in the water, and like it's a naked fest. It is. But it's considered like an erotic film. So anyway, yeah, that is my Cannibal collection. All the Cannibal movies that I own on Blu-ray and DVD. So, let me know in the comments what you think. What are some of your Cannibal films that you own, or some Cannibal films that you like? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more of these horror collection videos. This is Rob, signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.